MDI senior Carter Noble capped off his wrestling career by winning the school's first state championship in team history. Noble picked up wrestling as a sophomore after training with jiu-jitsu 10 years before that. He returned from a torn MCL in his junior season to win the Penobscot Valley Conference and state titles at 126 pounds.
I really wanted to do something good this year because after coming off of tearing my MCL, I really wanted to place at some big tournaments. It's pretty cool to be the first person from MDI. Every 10 seconds there was someone out telling me like good things. It was definitely fun. I enjoy it.
Noble plans to wrestle in college and continue his mixed martial arts training. What a career for Carter, John and Brittany.